Hi, hello, how's it going? Uh, I kind of just wanted to make a video today, something to talk about, um, all that cool stuff, because it's kind of late, but I'm awake enough. I was like falling asleep, but somehow woke myself up, and now here we are trying to make a video. Today's topic I wanted to talk about would be buying Japanese products specifically from a middleman service. Now, we can already buy a lot of Japanese products from Japanese sellers, say on like eBay. That whole like circle makes sense. That whole idea makes sense. It's easy, exactly the same as how you would buy it from like a US seller, right? Like that doesn't really need to be talked about. I do have some compliments though. Japanese sellers are on a whole different level of like customer service for me. Whatever, all I've bought from multiple Japanese sellers right now before, right? And there's probably like a total of 4 or 5 of them now. Each one has either sent me a message saying like thank you for your service, or a handwritten letter thank you thanking me for my purchase, and like maybe thrown something a little extra in there too, like an extra card or like a little sticker or something, right? 3 out of 4 of them have done that, including the one that I'm going to be talking about today from my middleman service, right? So I wanted to make a video talking about my experience using a middleman service, hopefully answering a couple of questions, anything that people might be thinking about. Like it was tough for me to find all this information, so I kind of want to try to put a lot of that information here, and hopefully it answers a little bit, right? So I'm using a website. It's called BuyingLapras.com. I'm not suggesting you use it. I'm not saying like it's the best one. It's just the one I'm using. I've gotten used to using it now for like 2 weeks, so I kind of get how to use it. I'm pretty sure I know how to use it now. I've bought something from there and it's shipped to me, and that's why I wanted to make this video, so like I could have all the information first. But first off, the website is mostly in Japanese. The sidebar and like the search menu, a lot of it is in English because it's catered to English speaking users. But at the same time, when you're searching for a product, a lot of those products are in Japanese, right? So how would you search for things? Let's say I'm looking for Lapras, right? Lapras, awesome card, awesome Pokemon. It's in the fossil set, and I kind of want to look for like specifically that Lapras, right? Everyone knows how that looks like. I'm pretty sure you know how that looks like. Maybe I'll throw up a picture, but you got it. So how would I do this? First off, I would take Lapras, throw it into my own Google, try to look up the Bulbapedia or whatever page that translates it into Japanese. Then we take the Japanese name, put it into the search bar, and there you go. You should have mostly Laprases, I'm hoping. There's probably other things thrown in there, but you can go through it and find Laprases. Um, and it should also be a small list too, because more often than not, it's not like all the Laprases from every set. Usually right now, or like when last time I checked, it's like the VMAX Lapras, the V Lapras from like Shiny Star V, the shiny ones, and then there's like the fossil ones and the hollow fossil ones. Like that's usually what's out right now. Oh, you might luck out. You might find the Southern Island one too, which is an awesome one. Cool, super cool one to hold on to. Uh, but we'll talk about that in the future. So now that we've searched our product, what happens next, right? I find the Lapras that I like. I wanna buy this one, right? And Buy has like different websites to choose from. Um, the ones that I use usually are Yahoo Auctions and also Mercari, because those names kind of make sense to me. There's a Mercari here in the U.S. There's auctions in the U.S. as well, so like it's kind of intuitive in a sense. Mercari just has like a buy it now price. You find the product, you buy it now, and then you're good. You pay for it, you're good. As an auction, it's a little bit more complicated. Some products have a buy it now and you can just immediately pay for it, or you kind of have to bid on it. Same thing as you would do a regular auction, right? The bids are complicated and kind of hard in the sense that they usually end really late, especially for me, right? I live in the US. when these end, it's usually like 4 in the morning for me. 4, 5, 6 in the morning. And like I don't want to wake up early just to bid on a product. Like I'm good. I'm fine. I don't need to do that. So I usually look for buy it now stuff. I usually look for things on Mercari instead. That's what I usually aim for. Much easier to do. Now that we buy the product, what happens? Uh, the middleman service then charges a fee for buying it. So there's that fee. And then they also charge an optimal fee to check and insure the product, right? So if the product comes in damaged or the product comes in it's the wrong product, the middleman service can send it back. Buyee can send it back. Now you don't have to pay for that one, but at least for your first time, maybe you should, so that you feel a little bit better. But sometimes you don't have to if you really don't care about the product too much, right? I've paid for that just so I'm on the safe side. I could feel a little relieved, especially when the middleman service tells me, "Hey, we got your product. It's here. It looks good. What do you want to do with it now?" So the product arrives at the middleman service's warehouse, where it kind of sits there for a month or so, or it can sit there for a month or so. What I mean by that is, say you want to buy more product, you could ship it to the warehouse, and then the middleman service kind of consolidates and puts them all into one package to send to you, right? Like that's a lot easier on your side. And here's the good part: it will be cheaper in the long run. Yes, they charge a fee to put them all together, to consolidate them, but it will be cheaper in the long run. What do I mean by that? This comes to like the big fee that everyone thinks about, the big fee that everyone talks about, and that's the international shipping side. When you ship something overseas, it costs a lot, right? From Japan to the U.S., it was about $20 or so. So I bought a product. I bought a lot of Pokemon cards. Hopefully I've shown them on stream already. They were a total of, I think, $70, $80 around there. I had the fees added in first for shipping to the warehouse and like processing, and it came out to be about $90, $90. And then I had the shipping fee, which was $20 or so. That's a total of $110, give or take. It was around there. It was about $110. Yeah, it's hard to kind of make a profit in that sense, right? But say you're not trying to make a profit. Say you're trying to finish a collection like I'm doing. I kind of want to buy products, yeah, so that I can sell it here, but also at the same time keep some of the stuff so that I can finish my collection. I can build up my collection, right? Because a lot of the product that you buy from Japan is in really good quality. It's really good shape. It's like near mint stuff. A lot of times it's like that, right? So you can get that graded and you can make a bit of your money back, etc., right? Like that's kind of the circle some people take. For me, I kind of am buying things raw for now, especially if it's not near mint, it's not close to like a 9 or a 10 or an 8 even, and I'm just going to sell it raw, and it's all good. Don't worry about it. Just throw it up. Hopefully it sells. Good to go. So we talked about the shipping fees. What happens during that time, right? The product gets ready to be shipped. It gets shipped out. You choose how you want it to be shipped. You choose the courier. You choose all of that. You can even choose to ship it overseas on a ship, right? Which would take a lot longer. But you can also do it by mail, which only takes like a week or so, and then it gets processed here in the US, which might take a couple of business days. Then you got to worry about the US post stuff, and that takes a while. The product took about a week once it got here to the US, and then it came to my house. I opened it up. It was in exactly the quality that it was described. It was super nice. This one specifically had a letter written to me in English again, and it also had a little origami in it thanking me for my purchase. Like I have it. I'm pretty sure I keep that. I kept it somewhere. I think it's over there somewhere, but I'm pretty sure I kept that one. It was super sweet, super nice, super great customer service. I thanked them. I sent like a message thank you, gave them their feedback, all of that. Now, would I do this again? The answer, like in the short run, oh man, I just got, oh, everything went to sleep. I'm so sorry. The answer is yes. I actually did buy another product from them. I'm waiting for it to be purchased, and then I'm waiting for it to be sent to the warehouse. And I'm not sure if I want to buy more things yet, right? Like that's kind of what I'm looking at. Like I'm always looking for those deals, but I also want to get it to a point where like I can consolidate it and send it to me within that like 1 month period of the first item arriving in the warehouse, right? So yeah, that's kind of where I'm looking at. It's been a really good experience, to be honest. It's been awesome. I would suggest it kind of to anyone uh, trying to find Japanese cards, trying to find other cards. It's not hard in the sense. It just takes a lot of effort to look into, right? I haven't really looked into like trying to find a lot of sealed product yet. So like booster boxes, booster packs, promo cards, things like that. I haven't really tried to look into that. I know that's a lot tougher finding like a distributor or finding a like an actual person there to talk to and kind of making a connection that way, right? Like it's right now it's just using a middleman service which uses like auctions or Mercari as another service to find a user to sell to me, right? Versus I can just find a user and the user can buy something and then send to me that way, right? Like we can cut out the middleman in the middle right there. We can just cut that all out. I haven't tried doing that stuff yet, and I don't know if I'm gonna do that in the future. Maybe, maybe not. I guess I'll look around for now, and hopefully, if it happens, I'll make a video on that and kind of talk about that in the future. But yeah, that's pretty much my whole experience using a middleman service. Hopefully, it wasn't too complicated. Hopefully, it answers a little bit of like questions people have because I know I had a lot of questions when this happened. So yeah, hopefully it works. See you guys.